Which cancelled celebrity were you previously a fan of? Kevin Spacey. This one goes way past cancelled, but I was a big fan of Lost Prophets. Now I just feel shitty when one of their songs pops in my head. Cosby, for his stand-up comedy rather than shows he's done. Don't know if this counts exactly, but Chris Benoit. Dude was one of my childhood heroes. That was an intense couple of days. James Franco. Mostly for his approach to art and education. But goddamn, the man was extended a lifeline so many times and sank his own ship. Joss Whedon. Still love his shows, and at the very least he was just an asshole. But he was an asshole. Danny Masterson. I loved him in that 70s show and Men at Work. Truly sad when I realized he was a disgusting piece of shit. I never would have guessed. Chevy Chase. I grew up with him on the TV and never realized what was going on with him. I didn't know about how much of a POS he was until like last year. He is an amazing actor and can really hide how shitty he is on the big screen. Edit to add https://www.reddit.com/r/hobbydramas/s/drsnxxsf. That Reddit post sums up what he was like and what happened. Jared the Subway Guy. We all wished that we could lose weight and get paid millions of dollars to eat Subway sandwiches. If we only knew. Justin Roiland. I thought he was the brains of Rick and Morty, but it turns he hadn't contributed in years, and he was a monster to work with. He's a great voice actor, but otherwise I guess he was just lucky. Maybe not a mainstream celebrity, but I was a huge fan of Ben Kissel from last podcast on the left until the allegations came out. John Kricfalusi. Used to love Ren and Stimpy but can't watch it now. Maybe not a celebrity in the traditional sense, but Illuminati/Blair Zahn. Absolutely terrible person who built a career on calling out terrible people. Bad idea. Paul Rubens. That whole thing was pretty stupid. He didn't hurt anybody. Winona Ryder. The world demonized her for that shoplifting incident. When looking at things through a rational lens, she was literally just someone going through it who made a stupid but ultimately harmless mistake. Jeffrey Tambor. Larry Sanders is the best show ever. Louis C.K. loved his stand-up and his role in Parks and Rec. He just player himself. Not sure how hard he was cancelled exactly, but he disappeared from my radar after the masturbation incident. Mel Gibson. He's a jerk, but he made a lot of entertaining movies back in the day. Cosby. His first couple of albums were so good and I memorized most of the bits. He did a show for my college's homecoming week, and it was the first concert I ever attended. He was the epitome of cool in I Spy. R. Kelly. I enjoyed his music growing up. I miss the old Kanye. Jesse Lacey. I don't even know if this counts because a lot of you may have never heard of him, but Drew Draischel. He was a famous competitor on American Ninja Warrior, and then ended up having an affair with an underage girl. Got his ass thrown in jail and his contract with the show and NBC terminated. Will Smith. Although jury's still out on whether he got cancelled, or just retired at the same time. Marilyn Manson. Armie Hammer. Sad Face. Rolf Harris. His shows made me passionate about art and drawing as a kid. It broke my fucking heart to find out he was a nonce. Roseanne. When she was first doing stand-up, and then her series, she was funny and relatable to a lot of working-class Americans. Her show depicted a very realistic family and their struggles raising kids, working, and making ends meet. I don't know what happened to her after the show, but she's not the person I used to admire. Roman Polanski, of course. But forget it, Jake, it's Chinatown. Justin Roiland. Damn, I love me some Rick and Morty. Ashton and Mila. Ben Kissel. Chris D'Elia. Massive POS creep. I was a very big James Franco fan up until I found out how much of a piece of shit he really is. Ellen. Not cancelled, but a whole bunch of celebs who signed the Polanski petition have my immense disappointment, lol. Drake Bell. I had a huge Drake and Josh phase in my early teen years, and it provided me huge comfort in some dark times. I collected all the merch I could get my hands on, including the CDs and vinyls of his music. When it came out that he's an abuser, I threw it all away, and it was later revealed he's a groomer too. I hate to say it, but I do miss being able to enjoy the show and music and all the happiness both brought me. Woody Allen. Scott Adams. I used to like Dilbert. Growing up in the 70s and 80s, Cosby. I loved that man. It was hard for me to accept that he was a monster, but that does seem to be the case.